Today's lecture is Statistical Quality Control, the basics of the statistical quality control. So, we in the previous lecture we uh, discussed the various kind of the quality control techniques, which is the qualitative quality control techniques, right? In the previous we have discussed about the various inspection processes, types of inspection processes, quality assurance, quality inspections, quality audits, right? Then we also discussed the two type of the international standards organizations, which is the ISO 9000 and ISO 14000, right? Then we also discussed the two quality improvement technique, which is the total quality managements and Six Sigma. So these all are the some kind of the qualitative quality control techniques. Here, what is happening at that technique? We are not using any kind of the statistics, but now in the sections 2 we are control the quality of our product with using some kind of the statistics, right? So we start with the basic concept of the statistical quality control. What is this statistical quality control? So in statistical quality control is a quality control techniques which is applies some kind of the statistical tools to control the quality of the product, which is involve some kind of the statistical datas, right, which we are collected from the kind of the inspection processes. We are using that datas and we are decided that which is converted into some kind of the graphs, and as per the analysis of the graph we are deciding that the product is accepted or product is not accepted, or it is defective or it is the non-defective, right? So besides that we are having some kind of the advantages of the SQC, right, statistical quality control. So we with using the statistical quality control we are detecting some kind of the errors, which is also reduce the inspection times, which is also some kind of the reducing the number of rejections of the product, and so that we are also decrease some kind of the material wastage, then which is creating some kind of the uniformities in the productions, which is promote the understandings and the appreciations of the quality levels, which is also decreasing some kind of the bottlenecks in the bottleneck in the specifications of the product development. So these all are the advantages and some kind of the benefits of the statistical quality control, right? So after that we take one step advance about the SQC. So how we can implement it, what is the procedure of the statistical quality control implementation? So they have a three kind of the basic activity. The first activity, in that we are systematically collections of the datas and representations in the graph, which is the first activity, right? Second, the analysis of the data. Third one, which is the decision making and analyze the data. So we are doing this three steps of the statistical quality control. So this is these three steps. Now how these three steps are implemented in the technique. So the statistical quality controls have a two basic technique for the product quality control. The first one, which is the control chart, and second one, which is the acceptance samplings. So this two technique is more usable techniques of the statistical quality control, that is widely used in the statistical quality control. But this control charts and this acceptance samplings have some kind of the basic terminologies. So first we have to understand this basic terminology of the statistical quality control. In this basic terminology they have the two basic pillar of that terminology, which is the first one, which is the variable, and second one, which is the attributes. So first we have to understand what is about variable and what is about the attributes. So we first discuss the variable. So variable are the those characteristics of the product which is measurable, like diameters, like length, like weights, like breeds. So those characteristics of the product which is measurable, which is called as a variable, and suppose we have to draw a chart, suppose we have to draw the control chart for that variable which is known as a. So you suppose in a very simple language आपको कंट्रोल चार्ट ड्रॉ करना है फॉर द वेरिएबल्स, then this control chart which is known as a x bar chart or r charts, and we are transmitting this collected data in the form of graph, then we are analyzing that and we are giving some kind of the decisions whether the product is acceptable or whether the product is rejected. So this is the all about the variable. Now what is the attributes? So attributes is, in attributes we don't have some kind of the measurable characteristics. So here the acceptance and the not acceptance or some kind of the rejections of your product is decided. We are using some kind of the gauges. The very easy example which is we are using the go and no gauges, right? Suppose you are manufacturing a shaft, right? And if your shaft is passing from the gauges, right, then your product is acceptable. If your shaft is creating some kind of the problem and it is not passed from the gauges, which is the rejected product. So which is called as some kind of the attributes. This kind of the quality characteristics which is expressed in the form of the attributes. And suppose you have to draw the control chart for the attributes. This chart which is known as a P chart and NP chart. So for variable that is the P, for variable that is the X bar chart and R chart, and for attributes which is the P chart and NP charts. The chart for the number of defect per unit is C chart, which is the fifth type of the control chart. The chart for a number of defects per unit. Suppose you have to draw a chart for a single product and how much number of the defects in your product, and you have to draw the chart for that, which that chart which is known as a C chart. So this all charts is known for the charts for the attributes. So in today's lecture we are discussing some kind of the basics about the statistical quality controls, basics advantages of the SQC, basic 3 activities, both type of the implementation techniques of the SQC, then 2 basic aspect of the implementations or 2 basic characteristic, one which is the variable and second which is the attributes of the statistical quality control. With using these characteristics we can draw the different 5 kind of the charts, and in the next lecture we are discuss the various type of the charts like the X bar chart and R chart for the variable. So this is the all about the statistical quality control. If you have any kind of the queries, questions regarding this basic fundamental about the SQCs and variable and attributes, you can ask any questions, any queries, any difficulties in the comment sections. I will as early as possible giving your answer of your queries. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay with me, stay healthy, stay at home. Thank you so much.